What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy Enlightened Luciferian Prince coming to y'all once again. Hello, people. Are you feeling scared? Do you feel uncertain? Do you fear economic collapse? Do you ponder global warming? If so, people, all of these are constructs to basically block your imagination from you actually focusing on what you should be focusing on. The reality is the current state of affairs, people, is much more important to realize today than what it is. Why do I say that? Here's one figurative concept. There was a bill passed for a particular extension, or what they call moratorium, so to speak, in the legalese world, to prevent landlords from evicting people who were ineligible or inadequate in the financial sense to be able to have been approved for grants or could not pay their rent. This bill was passed before the actual Congress took recess. It's funny how, as of the first, while Congress is in recess, this bill, which hasn't been passed positively by voting, will now leave millions of Americans on the streets. I say this as one small example to let you know that the system in which we live in genuinely doesn't give a fuck about you. Genuinely. However, when it boils down to the self-determination factor, as I always talk about in my other videos, these are the remedies that you start to use in order to adequately insulate yourself against any type of abuse on behalf of any act of malfeasance of the government. Now, I know a lot of people ask me, well, how do you apply the processes? Well, excuse me, sir. Are you not listening to me? Excuse me, ma'am. Are you not taking your notes? Or are you not looking at the signs of the times? Here's the kicker. Let me show you people something. When there are more people, before this bill is actually passed, millions upon millions of Americans are going to be homeless under the force of legal pressure. But you take that, numerous millions of people and place them upon a population of people who've already been homeless that it counts in the millions. And what have you got? People, I will tell you what, and that's why the title of this video is called The Current State of Affairs, because that's what it is. There will be a tripling of violence that you've probably never seen in the history of American society, probably in your existence, those who are younger and those who are older. There's getting ready to be a total state of anarchy. However, out of the many millions of people who are planning on being evicted, based upon this bill that failed to pass the legislation while Congress went to their cozy retreat homes and, they're comfortable and it's all gravy. A lot of people aren't going to have it. They're just not. You have to realize that during this situation, we ain't going to say what it is, but you know what I mean. And people have been deprived of such resources, necessities, and just outright right to live, to basically be able to thrive and just live just normally. Jeff Bezos' net worth is at $183 billion. This man flew himself to space in a penis-shaped ship, man. Y'all think I'm lying? But it wasn't space per se, but it was the stratosphere. But you get what I'm saying. Probably cost them, let's say a rough $30 million. They want to say in the news media 28, but we know it's way more than that. All while his employees literally worked themselves to death. in the warehouses. If you don't understand the signs of the times, people, you are sadly mistaken about what your future is going to be. Now, I'm not saying this is some sort of meltdown, nor am I fear-mongering. Of course not, because we've lived through this many times in human history. The only thing is that now that we're alive, instead of reading it from pages of books, we're actually living those pages. Ain't that amazing? Not only are we living those pages, we're actually writing them as we go along. Man. Wow. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. However, I said in previous videos, we are not even into the phases of winter yet. So if you think it's going to be a very hot summer, you very much so better expect a very cold winter. For those who do their research, you know exactly why that is. Certain things I won't say because, of course, you're watching. Long story short, people, keep your head up. And as this saga proceeds on this channel, I will steadily keep you informed. But pay close attention to the signs of the times. If you don't, you will fare ill, because the object of the system is to keep you blind to how it works. I'm not saying it's all imposing, it's all doing all that bullshit they put out there in movies, because that's just a fictionalized version of what they really want to do but can't. Here's what I will say in the closing of this actual video. Don't give up your consent. Once you relinquish your consent, or what I should say, your actual individualism for consent, then game's over for you. There's no hope. So, stay tuned. We're just getting started. Agents, fuck you. Simple as that. Fuck you. And I mean that from the top and the bottom of my heart. Okay, people, stay tuned. Next upload, have your pen and paper. Take care. Peace, light, love. Y'all stay tuned.